The upcoming Divi 5 Alpha update really got me excited, but I also have some concerns. Now let's listen to what Nick has to say.
I'm excited to talk about option group presets, a powerful feature that will play an essential role in Divi's design system. Option group presets are like module presets, except they stack on top of modules and can be used across all module types to apply a shared style or define your website's base styles, such as buttons, title text, and body text.
Right. So as you can imagine, this by itself is huge, because you can then combine, let's say, a button and also say a blurb, which is something that you can't do out of the box. So imagine you have a blurb and a button, and then you group them, and that becomes a preset. Really awesome. And of course, if you're even more creative, you can, add other elements together and group them as a preset. I really, really like that. So it's a very good addition to our Divi builder.
A preset is a set of shared styles across multiple elements. You can adjust your default presets to style the base elements of your website and create additional presets for unique variations. When you update a preset, every element using...
Okay, so there's a base preset, which I think is what we really have at the moment. And then there's also these grouped presets that can be shared amongst all the modules. So that in itself is a fantastic thing, because we have our base and then we also have other presets that can be applied across the presets. I know it sounds confusing, but here's where my worry is. These presets, once you start having quite a lot of them in your design, my worry now is they are going to be stacking up one on top of the other, on each and every item that you have, on your presets drop down. So this makes the managing of these presets a bit of a problem. And what makes it even worse, unless this is going to be fixed, is when you import presets, you get a bunch of all these imported. And again, I think that interface is just going to look messy. And if you, let's say, work on the site and you move away for, let's say, a week or so, and then you come back, if you don't name them correctly, you're also in big trouble. So I know it's trying to solve the classes, or in fact, he mentioned that these presets are like classes. But you see, with classes, although it's the same thing, you can go in, change the class, and it gets applied across the whole website. With the presets now, there isn't like a central place where you can go and make those changes. You can sit in the drop down, but I don't see like a central place where you can go and say, you know what, the text that is being applied across all these modules is, let's say, 20 pixels. I want to bring it down to about 18, right? There isn't a place to do that. Now, if you wanted to go in specific, and then of course, the labeling of your fonts is going to be font across presets 18 pixels, for example, so that when you go back to it, you'll be able to, to pinpoint it, to say, oh, okay, this is the one that I need. I'm going to make changes to this, and then that's going to be applied across the whole website. I don't know if you're with me on this one, but what I'm trying to explain is the interface is not there. Even an option to say you've downloaded, say, a starter site, and you just want to reset all the presets on that starter site and then import your own presets on that. That option is not there. So you can imagine, if you're going to start deleting these presets, you are going to be deleting one by one, because that's the current system at the moment. You have to go in and delete them one by one. So although it's a very, very good feature, I feel like there is more work that needs to be done down the line. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm bashing the presets. In fact, the presets really make the design process fantastic. I love them, because as I'm designing my websites, what I do is I get a button, I make it a preset. If it's an outline, straight away, I label it button outline. Next, I'll say button dark, button primary. And that's how I just, design, and I can just continue doing that. If I need to update that button, I can just go in, update that preset, and we're good to go. But like I said, if you want to have a massive global system that you want to use across many websites, It's going to be a massive file, and I'd have loved to see a way to reset or even manage these presets on a central place, because right now the only way to get them is when you go into that particular module. Okay, let's carry on.
That preset gets updated at once, significantly improving the efficiency of designing and managing your websites. Option group presets are like module presets, except they are for individual option groups. For example, your website likely has 2 to 3 title text variations. Instead of defining those repeatedly, you can create a title text preset and apply it to any module. It's like creating a CSS class and adding it to multiple HTML elements. Divi presets are
The titles now, I don't think the titles necessarily needs to be added to the actual modules. I mean, the titles usually are for your headings and your, just your text. But for the preset itself, I mean, you can just set the size of the fonts in the actual preset and then save it as a preset. I don't think there will be a need to define a font size or a heading and then apply it to the presets. I mean, I don't think that would really work, but I can see situations where you can group these presets, like, for example, you have a blurb and a button. Currently, these two are separate, and it's very difficult to join the two. But if we can combine these two now into one preset, you know what? That's going to be really fantastic. And also, you can imagine if we start combining these different modules, like, for example, you've got the countdown timer and the call to action. Pretty awesome. All as one item, one preset. I think this is going to be really, really, really amazing. I really like that idea. But still, I know I'm going on and on about this. We need a way to manage them. Or even better, can you imagine this? Let's say there's a preset now that is designed. It is a countdown timer and it's a call to action button, right? And a bit of text. And these are all grouped as a grouped preset, as Nick is saying. So this group preset now, let's say you want to have different variations, right? One for a darker background, one for a lighter background. Of course, the quickest thing is to just label it light and the other one dark. But what if you hover over it and it just gives you a little preview of what that group preset looks like? I think that would be really, really awesome. Anyway, let's continue on.
Classes, and you can combine different module and option group presets to style your entire site, creating a holistic design system that is incredibly easy to manage. Add a new module, select your desired preset, then layer option group presets on top to add a twist, such as specific box shadows, background styles, and borders.
Did you see that, guys? The preset was just a radius preset. I don't know if I missed that, but if that's the case, that's going to be really awesome, because you can then have 3 different sizes of radiuses and then apply them to whatever item that you're designing, and pretty much you are good to go. So it's not necessarily a module that has that preset, but the preset is on the radius. Now imagine if you can do a specific preset for the spacing. That will be really awesome. Anyway, that may not be accurate here because it's something that just happened so fast, but I don't know. We'll see when the feature comes out.
Keep an eye out for this feature, which will launch very soon. In case you missed it, check out my video from last week announcing the release of customizable responsive breakpoints. It's a great new feature that's available for Divi 5 today. To learn more, check the link in the video description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Right. So, yeah, I think the presets, it's pretty cool. I like it. And I will definitely use that, because this feature alone has taken the Divi design process to the next level, because there was so much stuff that was missing in terms of designing specific layouts where you had to stack modules. And one of the things that I was going to suggest as well was we don't have enough modules. I mean, if you look at other page builders, they have a lot of modules. But in this case, if we can group our modules, then we are literally multiplying the modules that we have by, I don't know how many, but it's going to be a lot of combinations. And I think this is really, really cool. And what I would also like to see is an easy way to export these presets and import them as well. Because as a freelance designer or as a design agency, that will be really awesome, because you can export it and then import them on a brand new website that you're working on. And I think this will be really, really amazing. So you can imagine if you combine this feature and Flexbox, CSS grids, we are going to be getting amazing design layouts with Divi. And I like the fact that this was built from the ground up. Now, remember, I used to work for Elegant Themes, and I could see a lot of the work that was going in behind the scenes when it was Divi 4. I remember doing a show which really showcased each and every feature, and this was happening weekly. Right? Weekly. And that went on for a very long time. So every Monday, I used to have my own special show, which was called the Divi, I think it was the Divi Update something. Divi Update Live. Okay? Divi Update Live. That was my show, where I just used to showcase the latest feature. So if this is going to happen on Divi 5, which I think is going to happen, because of course I know the team, I think Divi 5 is in for a very, very good future. Definitely. And right now, I feel like it was worth the wait, because at times I'd feel very anxious because I really want those features. And there are so many projects right now that are waiting that I would like to really dive into and use all these latest features like Flexbox and so on, because I want to build my own sections where I can save them in a library and use them later on as I'm building websites. So if I start building all these sections with the current system that I have, I know I have to redo everything again, because there is no way I am going to be designing websites with these rows and columns. I mean, this is just a thing of the past. So right now, I'm just waiting patiently for the Flexbox and CSS grid, because that is the standard for designing websites. Period. I mean, we shouldn't even be, using these. But I also totally understand that this is being built from the ground up, and why it's taking time. And I've also been very patient, and every time I see a notification, I'm really excited to find out what is coming through. But anyway, I'm really excited. I mean, these features, they're really, really good, and I know down the line, whatever issues that I'm bringing up right now are definitely going to be ironed out. They're going to be improved, and they're going to be worked on. And this is purely based on the fact that I know Nick and I know his team of developers behind all this. They're very, very hardworking, and I'm definitely confident that we will get all these features that we're talking about. Anyway, if you haven't joined Divi University, this is my online community. It's absolutely free. Head over to diviuniversity.com and sign up. I have quite a lot of tutorials there, and as soon as Divi 5 launches, there's going to be a lot of products and also courses to help you become, a better designer. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments box below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.